Okay, guys, good morning to all of you. Can you hear me loud and clear? Okay, guys, good morning to all of you. Now, today my speaker is not with my mic, not with me, put in the office. So that's why with no microphone, don't know how I sound today. All good? Can you hear me? All right, loud and clear. Okay, Kelsa, good morning. Jerry, Allison, Daniel, good morning to all of you. All right, now today is the 2nd of May, and my wife asking me, whole Singapore, everybody is off. Why are you still working? And isn't that 1st of May, Labor Day? So I told her this, 1st of May was Labor Day, and it's a day for us to take holiday, and because of Sunday holiday, Monday become extra for us, right? But the thing is this, the stock market doesn't close. The US stock market is open today. And this morning already, the movement have been quite erratic. So I told her, say, just give me 1.5 hours. So what happened is I had to send my kids to the this beach to have fun while I rushed back to do this MAO. But trust me, it's not right. I mean, I went to the beach so many times. I never seen the crowd so crazy this morning. I was at this Changi Beach, okay, and you cannot imagine the queue to Pulau Ubin is ridiculously long. And of course, those who go into the beach to play, my goodness, the car park everywhere was packed, literally. All right, I mean, seriously, wow. Then I heard from my friend who went to East Coast Park, also fully packed. So if you are going to go down to all the beaches today, then you maybe need to go earlier, okay? Because if not, right, parking will be a big problem. Yep, once again. All right, good morning to you, Janet, Angel, Jonathan, Jerry, and David from Cambodia. Hi, good to see you once again. All right, let's start our morning MAO right now so that we can move on for today. Yes, indeed. Once again, guys, good morning to all of you. Today is the 2nd of May, 2022, Monday. Now, from the background collage, you can see very clearly we have Putin in the limelight once again because it seems that right the gearing in this Russia and this Ukraine is getting more and more serious. I'll talk about this shortly. And of course, we also know that the inflation prices, well, apparently some analysts are saying that the inflation prices is going down, which I do not really believe in that because I know my prices are going up. Okay, right. This morning is all right. I got a message from Keng Hua. Right, he showed me that there's this article showing that there's a lot of prices in Singapore. The hawker prices are all going up, right? Do you notice that? Most of the prices are from $3.50 to $4 and $4.50 to $5 already. Most of the food stuff, and we talk about normal this heartland areas food. I mean hawker food, right? You notice that? And of course, China is still trying their best to go into the zero COVID policy, but seemingly there's still a lot of room to go. And will that cause a problem for the inflation? Definitely will. I'll explain to you shortly. And last but not least, today we will cover in depth on Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway. Now, Berkshire Hathaway is a very important company, which I told you guys to watch out for this. The moment this company stock price is coming down, usually it will signify the downside of the US market. And truth be told, this actually really happened. So all this information will be covered during today's MAO. All right, let's go. Now, Berkshire Hathaway earnings declined by 53% in the first quarter of 2022. Well, that's a lot. 53%, my goodness. Now, if Berkshire is a barometer of the US market, then definitely to be with their earnings down by 53% is a big deal. So that is the reason why I'm quite shocked to see last week when the market went up by 900 points, despite the GDP numbers were actually negative minus 1.1%, if not wrong. And the market actually recovered and went up 900 points. I tell my friend this is absurd. The market will pay for it. And truth be told, on Friday, we saw that Dow Jones just give back every single ounce of it. All right, I'll cover this very shortly. Now, disclaimer apply as usual, my friends. Now, my job is to make sure that you make money. Your job is to make sure that you yourself make money by making sure your risk assessment is being taken care of, okay? Now, do love and share today's sharing to your friends because they will definitely want to know what to do with their portfolio, all right? This is kind of important for them, yeah? Okay. Now, this is the joke of the day for today, and weird. The guy on CNBC has been saying that back up the truck and buy King Kong for months now. Now, what it's trying to say is a very very smart joke. It's trying to say that, right, when you say back up the truck means that you actually buy more into certain thing itself, and this like a stock. And of course, to buy King Kong is to buy the counter that is doing very well and climbing. Like King Kong climbs, right? Remember? So when King Kong fell, of course, you can see that, right, how the heavier it went up itself, right, the worse it get when it fall down. So of course, it seems that King Kong has fallen, and this trying to say is that, right, many stocks that were King Kong level has fallen deeply, badly, and of course, this is going to create a bit of problem. Okay, this is what the joke is trying to say. So that's why you can see now, right, the Facebook bubble cap has lost $476 billion after a 48% pullback from the high recently. And Netflix down by 71%, lost about $218 billion. And of course, Tesla lost about $184 billion after a 19% fall recently. So all these tells you that, right, almost $1 trillion has lost on market cap alone. Just three counter lost about $879 billion. Okay. So is that a problem here itself? Definitely is a problem. Imagine those people, the fund managers, they've been buying, the analysts have been calling for buy, the gurus calling for buy, they are now in a bit of serious trouble. So this was the reason why we need to be careful. Now, Liu just texted me on the side and said that, Liu, isn't this considered a bear market? Well, Liu, if you're asking me in terms of number itself, right, we are definitely in the bear territory. But apparently from the CNBC, the Reuters, Bloomberg, Terminal, analysts, no one seems to talk about this. That's why I feel that it's a joke here itself. So you can see right now that, okay, the GDP was down by 1.4%. Okay, correct me, yeah? All right, 1.4% down by 1.4% first quarter. And we actually really had a pretty decent rally, right, in January and February to March. So what happened is now is that, right, if we go into the second quarter of another, negative number, we will actually enter a technical recession. And if we actually go for 3 quarters in a row, then we will have a recession. So theoretically speaking, today, now we have the first quarter that is negative. The second quarter, let's say hypothetically, second quarter is negative. Then by the third quarter, by October itself, right, we may actually enter a recession. That means that by October this year, we may even enter a recession. That's the reason why it's kind of interesting though. So we can see that we have seen what is happening. In fact, I want to cover a segment later on, maybe this week or next week. Actually, right, Apple, Amazon data are not good at all, especially Apple. Now, a lot of analysts say that Apple result is good, that's why the share goes up. I'm back to defer. Because if you look carefully, it's all right. Apple, although the earnings are better, but their cost is increasing at the same time. And Apple actually have came out and said this, they're not going to release the next iPhone numbers anymore. So when you don't release it, it shows that they have something to hide, or they know the numbers may not be that good. And of course, with China not able to continue their supply issue, then we have a supply chain problem. So to me, that's the reason why we can see now, I bring the share in. This is going to be Apple. You can see Apple did a very strong reversal on Friday. Look at it. So Apple share gap up on earnings, right? The earnings was good, okay, in a way, but I beg to differ. So when the market goes up, right, it purposely technically hit the level here. And then what happened? You notice that it hit the level immediately, it reversed downwards. And the volume itself is equivalent to the earnings day. That means that, right, the market doesn't seem to be buying. The market is more towards selling. And I'm pretty confident to tell you now, I believe that Apple share will go below 150. Now, I'm going to be very confident to tell you that I believe that Apple shares is going to go down below 150. Now, don't ask me for the date. I am not here to predict future, yeah? I'm just telling you that most likely it will happen this. Now, do note, Apple have dividend on the 12th of May. All right, 12th of May. That's the dividend, yeah? Okay, take a note of that, yeah? So 150 will give you how much? Where will that 150 be? Let's take a look. If I put 150, will be somewhere around here. Yep, there we go. All right, 150. So that will give me something like this, which the last time we saw it came down and then bounces up. So will there be a bounce this time around? Well, I would say that not likely, because we can see the common area here itself is to the downside. So that's why I believe that this time around will go beyond 150, maybe 148 probably. Okay, so that is my view on Apple. Very early in the morning to do this, yeah? Okay, let's continue. So of course, last week I talked about this Facebook going down to 168, and Facebook really came down to 169 and then rebounded, right? So Facebook was there. But I also remember telling you that, right, I don't think this is a buy. I think this is a sell instead. Remember? All right. Oh dear. Okay. All right. Liu say if Apple loses 150, it'll be ugly. Yes, I totally agree with you, Liu. All right. So with that, right, I said that I said that this Facebook share is not a buy. I know that some gurus are calling for buy. Like I say, guys, end of the day is that it's very different camp. If let's say I'm in the bear camp now, if whatever I say, I'm more towards the sell. So in a bull camp now, of course, I call for buy. So it depends on which side are you listening. If you like to hear the bull side, then of course you stick to the bull gurus, all right? Now I'm not a guru here to begin with. So to me, I'm a technical guy. So I'd say that, right, if the Facebook doesn't go past, or Meta, sorry, doesn't go past 205, likely it will come down. And truth be told, we can see now that Facebook went up to 221, okay? Uptick of 221, pretty good. And then it came back down to close, right? It went to 228, sorry. Went to 228, okay? And then came back down to close at 200. Okay, to close at 200. You can see that, right? Hey, wait a minute. I think there's some error here. Wait. Oh, yeah, sorry. I think this one, ignore. I think I put it wrong place. Yeah, okay. So this one should be a 212, and this one is 200. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so that means that the market is really resisted by this. Okay, so if that's the case, if this Facebook share come back down and cover the gap, well, this is going to be bad, man. We're going to see about 150. Yes, 150. Okay, so well, guys, you take a look. Now, by the way, it's not empty. It was a gap down. Actually, it was a gap down previously. All right. Okay, so seriously, oops. Right, last week we have our internal event whereby we invited students to watch a very interesting 2 hours Zoom session, which of course about 100+ students have attended. And I think from the result that they want to be into a special channel has probably confirmed certain things. So with that result, right, okay, we have already set up this and about 95 people came in, 95. So about 100+, 95 came in. Well, I think evidently it proved that the sharing was decent, yeah, because I don't force people and I do not do automatic I don't do automatic adding on. So only if you want it, then you come in. Yeah, so that shows you a lot. Yeah. Okay. All right. So for ongoing right now, you just wait. Now this week is going to be a very big week. This week is going to be a very big week. Now, first, give me a minute. There's a lot of messages coming in again, and gosh, give me a minute, guys, as usual. Okay, so this week, why is it a big week, right? Because this week itself, we're going to have the ISM manufacturing later today. This is going to be very interesting. The numbers are actually going to be flat, but I think the number will be down. Okay. All right, that's my first view of the thing here. Second is that we have the GOLTS job opening. This one usually is flat one, though not in order. But this one is going to be big. On Wednesday, we have the ADP number. Now, the ADP number, if you notice this, the previous number was 455. This time around, they're looking at 395. Now, 395, where is it? Now, look at the chart right now, everybody. 395 will be here. Take a look. 395 will be here. That means that we are looking at a number that is lower than the last few months. Oh, my goodness. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 months of this ADP number, and averagely is above 400. This time now, the forecast is 395. Now, the thing is this, is it because they know that the number will be low, then they or higher, sorry, then they purposely give a low forecast, or they actually know the numbers going to be bad. Now, with this feeling itself and with the Berkshire halfway numbers, right, anything like anything below this itself, right, it's going to be devastating, all right? It'll be devastating. So the last one was somewhere around here that was the lowest back then. It was about 330, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So imagine now if anything come out lower than expected itself, right? Well, this is going to rock the market pretty badly. So watch out for this. 4th of May, 2022, this coming Wednesday. All right. Then of course we have the ISM manufacturing, so it's expected to be flat. Then after that we have the big one, the FOMC meeting. Now the FOMC meeting itself, right, we are definitely looking at the interest rate to hike by 50 basis points, so which means that the final figure will be this figure, all right, 1.05%. Now the market is actually looking at this, nothing to be surprised about. But if suddenly out of nowhere, right, Jerome Powell decided to say something like, let's do a 75 basis point, that will crash the market. Okay, that will definitely crash the market. But of course, I don't think he'll do that. Knowing he rather say 50 basis point, but we may have to increase more or faster in the or more progressively over the next few months. So that's why I don't think so. For me, it's 50 basis point, then maybe another 50 basis point. That's how I see it. Okay. And of course, on Friday itself, with the US non-farm payroll, and notice this again. Now the ADP numbers is looking to be down. Now ADP is the private sector. The NFP is a public sector, and the numbers are also down, all revised downwards. Okay, this is not good at all. So with two numbers all purposely revised downwards, right? Somehow this makes this FOMC meeting very important. Okay, so watch out for this. This is going to be a big one. So traders, you really don't want to miss this week, right? This week itself is going to be a very, very important week for all of us. Okay, so stay tuned and continue to trade good for the market. Yeah. Okay, let me see a picture first to just prove this to you, and this will be a quick one. Yep. Okay, all right. So watch out for this week. Okay, so the Dow Jones itself, you can see all the way from the very beginning of the day, it just keep on going down non-stop. Everything just kept on coming down, and the selling was accelerated towards the last half an hour. So I told you before, right, if the market actually chooses to sell in the last half an hour, the last 2 hours, usually means that the market is kind of weak. So traders, I already tell you what to do. I hope that you have followed me and make some money together. Yep. All right, so let's look at what the CNBC correspondent had to say. They say that the Dow Jones tumbled by 900 points and the Nasdaq dropped by 4% in a brutal month. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, the problem is this. The problem is since the Nasdaq has dropped the worst month since 2008, that's been back to Lehman time, my goodness. And Amazon became the latest victim in April technology sell-off. Okay, so we'll talk about this shortly. The Nasdaq down by 4.2%, the S&P down by 3.6%, and of course the Dow Jones down by 2.8%. Okay. Now I did say to you last week, right? I said that after the Nasdaq, the next one will be a Dow Jones already. It's always moving in, they move in patterns. And of course now, right, we have the Nasdaq finish at the new low for the year, and S&P itself, right, is getting nearer to that too. So you can see that from the very beginning of the bell, the market just keep on going down. So same thing with the S&P 500. So what is the main reason? Well, the given reason was because of the recent headwinds like the Federal Reserve, monetary tightening, the QT, the raising of interest rate this coming week, the persistence of inflation, and the COVID cases increases in China, and of course the ongoing war in Ukraine. So honestly, with all the whole cocktail of it, right, we have war, we have virus, inflation, interest rates, tightening. So with all these things at the same time, I cannot understand. Even you ask any fundamentalist, any professor without any interest in the stock market, and ask them regarding, right, what do they see in the market? With all this thing ongoing right now, it should be a sell. How can it be a buy? But of course, the contrary to it is that if the price is down reasonably low, then you think that it's a good time to buy, then go ahead. But let me say one thing very important. One thing is that people is not near there itself, right? It's what we call the margin call. Now, we haven't reached that stage yet itself, but I'm sure you have seen this before. Let me just bring it to you now. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Just key out for you. Okay, here we go. Remember when I asked you guys, right, about this before, I said that where do you think we are right now? And I said that, right, majority of you actually chose fear, right? Some only choose capitulation. But in my opinion, it's all right. I think that we are only here, return to normal. Because last week is when the Dow Jones up by 900 points and the technology share went up, right? I can see that a lot of gurus and experts are calling for buy. So to me, it's all right. Back then, we are only here. We're still not even anywhere near to fear yet. So which means that until we reach fear, then we talk. So fear is when people are basically having fear, but they're not dumping yet. Only when they come to capitulation itself, right, that is whereby they'll dump at least 50% of their counter. Okay, so which means that now, right, people at the fear, they are fearful, but they are holding. Then only when it comes to capitulation, they will dump at least 50%. And only when they dump almost all up, right, it means they dump all. When they are all out, that means that they totally dump everything already, right? Then we hit the point of despair. And that will be the best time to buy. Best time to buy. Now, someone I really respect itself, right, did say recently that, right, as long as you have money, you can just buy stocks, and as long as the company is doing well, there's a good company, eventually the prayer will go up, right? So no need to think about it. Well, this theory totally makes a lot of sense, but that is only for people who really has the money. And people who really want to make money out of it, or use the money in the proper way, or use the money timely. So to me, it's all right. If let's say now I do expect the market to be now holding towards to potentially capitulation, I will not want to invest right now. I would rather basically wait for opportunity and then wait for the price to come down lower, then I will buy. Or what I can do is I can consider to short the market first, get some money, borrow some arrows, and then wait for the right time to go into the market. You understand my point? Because the thing is this, buying, like example, by buying Amazon now at 2,000, I can buy at 1,005. Now, eventually, Amazon may go back to 3,000, maybe, right? Maybe, yeah. But the thing is this, but if I buy 1,005, when you go to 3,000, I get double, right? I get my money back, and I also get one more 100% gain. So that tells me that I rather wait out. So what do you think, guys? Do you think that this strategy make more sense? Or you think that it doesn't matter now, as long as the share is doing well, it's a good company, as long as money, I'm not going to be bothered, I just buy now, and then about 2-3 years later, I see money. So what do you think, guys? Which one to you is a better way to do this investment? Please key your answer right now while I get some water. Okay, let me see. Liu says, wait for the Fed signal better. Okay, fair enough. This Anthony say, wait. Kelsa buy at lower price better. Wait. Wailam say also wait. Jonathan wait. Perry Desmond also say wait. Pay to be patient, buy lower. Take some short now and go in long later by Kai. Good idea. Trade for. Okay, I will not read that. Okay, Louis. Okay, wait for reversal to buy. Now, if you wait for reversal to buy, first of all, you must be able to predict the reversal, which I don't know how to predict reversal. Yeah, I can't. So what I will do is that I will prefer to do something like this, my friends. Well, if I believe that we are now at X, right? So what we can do is that when there's fear, we can use about maybe 5% to 10% to buy. Then when it's come capitulation, it's all right. I use another 20% to buy. All right, good shares, yeah. And then we come to down to this point here is how maybe I'll exercise about 50% of my capital. Okay, then after that, when things are all stable, then after that I can add back in again another 10% more at a lower price or higher price dependent on the market. Then I add on again. So you see now, if by doing this as well, right, I actually now will have a variety of prices. But the main point is this: I don't miss out if the market actually stops here. Then the thing is this, I can have my base mostly at this point here. Can you see my point? Yes, indeed. So like that itself, right? It's just a matter of time. If the market eventually later on in life, it does go up again, right? Then what I can do is that I will have a pretty good sizable base at the bottom. And that is good because that will be able to make me rich. So that will be my view here itself. Rather than you want to put like one shot, one kill, why don't consider to do staggered formation? All right, staggered formation and let it goes down slowly, but your base must be at the lowest point or the low point where the market is at between capitulation and this despair area. All right. So you think that if you think that this strategy makes sense itself, right? Key the word makes sense for me. If you think that it doesn't make sense itself, right? Kindly offer a suggestion and an advice so that we can learn from you too. All right. Once again, guys, MAO is market analysis and outlook. It's not really dependent on anything else. If you think that you have a better strategy to share with us and offer to us, by all means, go ahead. I would love to learn from you because end of the day is that money making, to be getting financial freedom would be our ultimate objective. Okay. Once again, let me see whether do you think that it makes sense for you. All right. So I repeat myself once again, meaning that right, you as the market goes down, you buy small first. Now it may be a higher price towards the last price, but it's a better in case you miss out, because some people may want to wait for the lowest low and lowest low. Then after that they miss an entire run. Because what Warren Buffett said, he missed an entire run because he expected the price to be lower, but he missed it. So he was quite regretful for the March 2020 bull rally when it started from there itself. Okay, all right. So you can see that most of y'all put the word makes sense there. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. I hope that you remember that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So with this, let me continue now. Now the thing is, this Amazon sank 14%. Oh my goodness, this is actually bad, right? Amazon after the earnings came out and so now the problem is this: before the earnings, right, the market actually bought in anticipation of it. So when the news came out that was terrible, right, the market obviously had to tank pretty fast. So people who been buying, right, was a day whereby the Dow Jones up by 900 points. So that means that the market know that the GDP numbers was bad, but instead of instead of this watching at the GDP number, people all bet on Apple and Amazon result. So when Apple did okay, Amazon didn't do okay, right? The market sell down immediately. That's why the market gave back the entire 900 points. Okay, so why do I bring this story? Because this came from a blogger, a YouTuber. He says that, right, last year, right, this Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan, they all guys, I think it should be Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan. Right, they say that, right, Amazon is a good buy and they target 4,500. Then Evercore say that this is a 4,500 counter. Web Bush says that, right, this counter is 3,950 worth. And Megan means Citibank. Citibank say that this is the best of the time to buy because it's over 4,700. Now, where are we right now? 2,900 was before the earning. This is where we are now at 2,500. So now where are these people? Where are they? Where are they? They are all wrong. Everybody all wrong. Wrong like hell. So don't you notice that this is how the work is, all right? These people really, really terrible. All right, imagine if anybody just happened to believe in their branding and buy into Amazon, now you're down by easily 20 to 30%. That is how bad it is and how screw up this whole thing is. Now, I'm not saying that they are lousy or bad, but I feel that the thing is that don't you find they're all cheerleader? You buy, you call for buy, I call for buy, you call for sell, I call for sell. So become like that, right? And then there'll be no problem because all wrong together. No one wants to be different. So that's why they always say it will be different this time, but it's always a very dangerous word. So all these things tells you that, guys, trust yourself, okay? Just trust yourself. Don't trust anybody else because these people are here to really whack you hard. Look at it. These are all the very big brands. I'm pretty sure they are much, much, much bigger than us. Okay, at least for now. All right, so trust yourself, trust the system, okay? Trust your own analysis, okay? All right, Kai, if you wait too long, you may be late. Yes, exactly, Kai, all the way from Germany, yeah, indeed. All right, now today I really got no time to really do a lot of stuff, so I'm going to skip all this recap today. Now I'm going to go right into the news for today, yeah, because I'm rushing back to the beach, join my kids for more party and friend and sun. Okay, all right. Now Moripol, all right, Moripol now is having more evacuation, and this is serious. Now, when Moripol will be actually one of the key area that Russia will put it as a point to defend and attack so that they can get a decision there. So now apparently, right, this they are asking people now to really exit because they believe that the research southern port city will be a big issue here. So now when they do that itself, right, it's just a matter of time things will get crazy. And apparently they still say that right about 100,000 people are still holed inside there. This is scary. So it seems that right, things are going to be crazy, and you can see from another different article shows that the Russia highest ranking uniform officer visited dangerous front line to try to change the course of the flagging battle. So the thing is this, if you actually get your defense ministers to go down to attend a meeting and then talk about this and go down to it, it's a very dangerous move, but it also means that, right, they're very serious in this whole thing here right now. All right, thank you, Karine, for appreciating this out. Yes, and then this morning was a little bit crazy for me, but I'm happy to do this for you guys, okay? So to me, this is where it is. All right, now I don't think 9th of May will be the victory day for Putin. I don't think so, but I'm sent to be corrected. But I believe that, right, this month of May should be able to complete this war. That means that whichever will be it, the victory will be known by this month, in my opinion. Yeah, my opinion. Now, at the same time, while this is ongoing, will there be a repercussion? Definitely. You can see now the federal favorite inflation gauge rose by 5.2%. But the point is this, 5.2 is slightly lower than the last time, right? Yes, indeed. So that means that the market take this as a form of maybe inflation hit its peak. Now, I totally tell you this is impossible. Now, I share with you, right, as long the crude oil is very important, the crude. Yeah? As long crude stays above 103, the inflation is here to stay. Unless crude can go down to $95 and stay down to $90, maybe we can see inflation coming off a little bit. But as long as we're staying at 103, I'm so sorry, I think it will just only go higher. Because to me now, right, China COVID hardline eats into everything from Tesla to Teco. Trying to say is this, without China, the biggest producer, the biggest exporter, the price is going to increase. Now, the reason why we have made in China is because the cost down there is cheap. So now if China is not able to deliver, the production is not able to come out, and the people there are not able to work, then I'm going to tell you this, the whole world will starve in a way in terms of product. So either you do it on your own or you have to find some other alternate source. But there is a problem here, the cost will increase. So when the last 20, 30 years, when people do production, right, it's based on China costs. But now if China is not involved, then we have a problem. So that's the reason why I felt that, right, there's going to be a bigger problem coming soon in the coming 2-3 months, okay? So I've given you my take. I sincerely hope that you will benefit from this, yeah? Okay, now this coming week, we will have something like this right now. This week, right, this time now, the earnings are not as crazy as last week, but there's something to take note, and that will probably give us some insights of the current situation in the US economy. Now, Berkshire Hathaway have came in the result that was really not so good already. BlackRock, I haven't seen yet, so I don't know. But BP, definitely, I'm looking at a bit higher. Estée Lauder, right, will give us a view on how the sales are going. If it's going to be down, that is not good for economy. AMD is expected to be good, but the chip as a downside may cause the share price to plunge. Now, Starbucks is expected to fall with all the closing of sale in Russia, and also the number of people that is going back to drink their product as well may not be that many at the same time. Okay, and just give me a minute, yeah. Okay, and also at the same time itself here, Barrick Gold is expected to be up this time round. Sorry, let me change this again. Up. Uber expected to be down. Shopify expected to be very badly down. Royal Caribbean Group itself, right, likely to be up a little bit because of the reopening. So these are my views on the selected counters here. Now, to me, the big one will be on AMD. AMD and Starbucks, these two should be the main driver for this week itself. Okay, so watch out for this, and hopefully I'm actually right. Yeah. All right, now Berkshire Hathaway, the earnings declined the first time in the first quarter. Sorry. All right, for a while. Now, basically, right, the operating earnings is still okay, but it's a 7 billion, pretty flat. But the total earning itself dropped by 53%. That's a lot of money in $5 billion. My goodness. Okay. So, but the good part is that, right, they do have a lot of cash still on with them, although the cash has dropped quite a bit recently because they've been buying a lot of stuff. I'll cover that later. So with cash low itself, right, the last time we see the cash is low, you notice that the stock market actually performed pretty well. So that means that when Warren Buffett buys shares, when you buy shares, right, the market will be good. So what that means that, right, with this sudden drop of cash, that means that the stock market is cheap. Yeah, of course, because Warren Buffett is running to buy low, sell high, right? Although nowadays a lot of schools are teaching you to buy high, but sell higher, and they even say that buy low, sell high is not working. I kind of disagree with that. To me, it's something like should be like that. Okay, hopefully you see my point. Yeah. Now, when the market is uptrend, what you do is you actually buy low to sell higher. When the market is downtrend, you will sell high to buy back lower. So it's all dependent on the trend of the market than actually saying that buy low, sell high doesn't work anymore. To me itself, it's all strongly dependent on the trend. So to me now, right, if the market like Nasdaq is downtrend, then I will sell at the high to buy back at the low. I think that will make more sense. If the market like gold, crude oil is uptrend, then I will buy low and try to sell higher later. So this is how I see the right way. Then because of the market situation right now, you change the strategy that's been there for the longest of time, right? Which is buy low, sell high. So to me, this is how I see it. Then, well, this is up to you to decide, yeah? Wow, Kai, good one. Rothschild says, wait a minute, you have to, okay, you have to buy when the blood runs down the street. Yes, indeed, that was from Rothschild. All right, that is really from Rothschild. Let me just bring it in for everybody. Okay. Yeah, I like this quote. Thank you, bro. Okay, so you see that from Baron Rothschild in the 18th century, a British nobleman and a member of Rothschild banking family is credited when saying this: the time to buy is when the blood in the street. Okay, and of course that was when Rothschild made a lot of money by buying through after the Battle of the Waterloo against Napoleon. All right, indeed that was a time to buy. So to me itself now, we are nowhere near there at all. So I don't think that it's a good time to buy, at least for me. Okay, at least for me. All right, okay, it's a PowerPoint issue. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay, so Warren Buffett. All right, Warren Buffett significantly increases Chevron debt and now in Berkshire top 4. Wow, top 4. That's a lot. Okay, so Chevron shares has went up since then from 120 to 160. And of course, the other company that this Berkshire Hathaway been buying, obviously the one I recommended, is Occidental Petroleum. Now, together with the OXY, okay, total is all right. Berkshire bet on oil sector is now 40 billion. Now, still, Warren Buffett, the biggest holding is still Apple, worth about 159 billion. And Bank of America, American Express, the two other bigger one, worth about 42.6 billion and of course 28.4 billion. So that means that, right, Apple shares itself is $159 billion for Apple, all right, okay? And then after that, we follow by the Bank of America, BOA, and also this American Express, which adds together itself is about 70 billion. And now 10 billion is on the oil. Now, that means that if there's going to be any form of pullback in the near term, Apple will still be the best buy. Yes, so that's why let Apple come down more, cheaper, and buy. Then, of course, you can buy some Bank of America or American Express because people use credit as usual. And of course, to me now, this will be the best sector to buy, which is oil. Now, why is it oil makes sense? Of course, right, if you do expect the economy to recover next year or later this year, that means that everybody's going to go back into the workforce and there'll be more heavier production and they bring the stock market higher. So the cost and the expenditure, the expansion of the crude oil will be big. So to me, it makes a lot of sense to buy into oil company. So let me do Chevron right now and Occidental Petroleum. Quick one here. Now, Chevron shares itself have just broke below my technical point, yeah. So it's not that fantastic because of this breakdown, but you must understand that it was because of the earnings. The earnings itself was surprisingly low. Well, it's the same thing like what happened to Occidental Petroleum recently, because you must understand, my friends, you must understand this. Now, this earnings come from the first 3 months, okay? So we're talking about this period of time from January all the way to March period. Okay, so this time itself, right, the earnings have been pretty decent. All right, this one was because of the war. Okay, so now if it pulls back a bit, it's generally okay. So to me, this is a long-term bet, and I think that right, this is good because now if I put a Fibonacci into this right immediately. Okay, I think that this is a pretty good bet, and I'll be looking to buy when it comes down. So maybe around this area here. Okay, wait a minute, my Fibo a bit off. Wait. sorry, straight the wrong way. Here we go. Okay, so if this counter now is to pull back, look out for this figure here. 147. 147 will be this 61.8. Now, I think the market today, these 2 days, will likely pull back down to this area. When it hit about 147, Chevron might be a good bet. If you want to squeeze the market a little bit more, you can try 140, 141 to be precise. Then it'll be better, but I don't think 141 unless the market just break down. Okay, so watch out for this 147 to 141 Chevron. I think it's a good bet. Then of course OXY. Okay, sorry. Now OXY is actually very near to where I'm saying now the technical point, and I did say this to you. I'm just smaller now, guys. You can see that for OXY itself, right? This counter has a long history, yeah. So now OXY is still fidgeting around this area here. So to me is that if you want to buy it cheap, you can consider it drop down to this point here, and this point will somewhere be around $48. If you want to buy it cheap and worth it, then you try at $48. But I don't know whether Warren Buffett will allow it to go to 148. But knowing him, right, he will love to buy it cheap. So who knows, we may get some bargain at 48. Okay, we may get some bargain at 48. Now, I believe that 48 will come, and then it will trigger, then slowly it will go up. My view is still the same. I still think that Occidental is a good buy, and I still put my target at between $72 to as high as $80. So to buy at about this price at 48 will be a pretty good steal, in my opinion, yeah? So watch out for this, okay, for this Chevron and Occidental. Now, again, I repeat, I'm looking at the second half of the year to be pretty good for buying. And I want to buy Apple, I want to buy Chevron, I want to buy Occidental. These three companies will be my best bet, okay? So I'm going to put it there. For second half of 2022, I would like to buy more Apple, Chevron, and this OXY. Okay. All right. Now, why Apple? Because I have great faith in Apple. Definitely, for sure, great faith. Microsoft maybe, but Apple more. All right. Then, of course, I'm looking to buy more into Chevron and OXY because, of course, second half of the year when the weather turns cold again, all these things will be very important once again. Yes, indeed, Liu, Apple is a must, yeah. Now, I buy Apple for only one reason, not the product, but because the cash flow is fantastic. Okay, fantastic cash flow. Okay, all right. So now we'll go into the alternate market news right now. Just give me a minute. Okay. All right, let's go some important alternate market news. Now, Warren Buffett says that inflation swindles almost everybody. Wow, that's a very big word. Yes, indeed. Tim Cook spent about 90 billion to do on the share buyback. Yes, indeed. That's another good reason for buying that. And I don't think you buy it now. Yep. Okay, so Warren Buffett says that the inflation swindled almost everybody. He turned the whole market into a gambling parlor. Okay. Now, why? He said that previously inflation itself, right, will make people don't have money to buy. But this time around, right, the inflation has swindled the bond investors too. Basically, right, it swindled the person who keep cash under the mattress. It basically makes everybody very fearful now. Okay. All right. Anyway, the point is this. Warren Buffett said that it's basically increasing his stake in Activision Blizzard as is part of a merger arbitrage bet that Microsoft proposed to buy. And also, Charlie Munger blasted stock trading app like Robinhood. They said that Robinhood, it really make people get crazy on trading. And he feel that, right, this is actually bad. Yeah. So this is what Warren Buffett said during his last Saturday Berkshire Hathaway share investor meeting. Now, why do I want to talk about this? Because let me show you who were there on that day. Now, you can play his good friend, Warren Buffett, good friend is this Bill Gates. Bill Gates was there in the convention. And of course, you can see even more people, right? All the big people, even Tim Cook was there. This one is the, sorry, I can't remember this. Is this Bank of America? Yeah, one of the bank CEO. This one also find very, very familiar. This guy also, I mean, in short, these are all the big bosses in it, and they actually went down to Berkshire Hathaway convention. So that tells you and speaks volume about Berkshire Hathaway in terms of their direction. So with that, right, remember last year itself, many people actually says that, right, this lady, right, who is she? Remember, says that, right, she is going to be the next one, the female version of Warren Buffett. All right. No, what happened is this. Okay, Kelly Wood last year did very, very well. The year before in 2020 did very, very well, and definitely, right, her stock price shoot up all the way from the very low end, from here itself, shoot up all the way to the high end level, right? Okay. So then what happened? My goodness, now this share or this ETF has came down almost where it started. This is bad. It's down by 70% from the highest point to the current price now, down by 70%. So guys, don't you notice this? Okay. All right. Don't you notice this? Okay. It's like a big one-hit wonder for now, apparently. And the time itself, right, many people say that Warren Buffett now is too old. He's never there. He's an old fart. He can't do it. And I told you guys, you're very wrong with this gentleman. If you think that Warren Buffett itself is actually what do you call a old fart, I think you are the one. Okay, look at it itself, right? Look at all the counters under this Cathy Wood, right? All of them are down, no matter what, whether it's space exploration, innovation, next generation, biotechnology, fintech, all were down. My goodness, everything she involved now is all down. Terrible. So now, to me, it's all right. Warren Buffett, right, looks very old now. It's about 92 this year. He really speaks for himself. Yeah, you can see that, right? Time and time shows that he's correct. So I believe that, right, this time around by buying Chevron, Apple, and OXY is a good bet. So I'm quite sure by end of the year itself, right, I will be able to tell you guys, remember what I say in this May the 2nd about why to follow Warren Buffett. And of course, you can see right now, people say, but Cal, the share price came down, right? Okay, you must understand this. When I tell you already, right, when Warren Buffett shares are coming down, it speaks to tell you that the market peaked. And so if you look carefully now, everybody, let's take a look with the comparison note. Now, can you see right now? Now, the counter here, basically, right, when the peak of this Berkshire Hathaway was somewhere before April, right? So before April, where are we? We are already around here. Let me just Okay, take a look. Before April. So somewhere around here. So the thing is this, when Warren Buffett shares still continue to climb, the Dow Jones has already came off a little bit. Can you see that? Now you can see even clearer that when Berkshire Hathaway shares is going down, the Dow Jones also follow. So what do you think will happen in the short term? Well, I strongly believe that this is going to go down further. And I told you before, 450,000 will be the level that I'm more comfortable for this counter. So that means that if we do a bit of what you call comparison, then I believe that, right, 31,411 will be the target for us. All right, I believe that. So watch out for this. If Berkshire Hathaway's counter goes down to 450,000, we will likely see the Dow Jones also trading around 31,411 area. So how many of you think that, right, this forecast will be correct? If you think that this forecast would be correct, right, just put there, okay, agree. If you think that no, you think that this is not correct, you put the word disagree. Let me see right now. Yeah. Yes, Warren Buffett is indeed always good for next generation to invest too, but then again, he's already 90 plus. So what we can only do is that we try to learn as much as possible, and hopefully the next 10, 20 years we can be as good as him and know when to buy and make a lot of money. I think that it makes a lot of sense here as an investor today that, whatever he has left as his legacy in terms of how to invest has proved evident. But you mustn't forget that Dow Jones is one market that you must understand this. When Warren Buffett invested in Dow Jones the very first time, the Dow Jones was trading at about 200 to 300 in terms of index level. Today itself is at 34,000. That means the index has went up by a lot and a lot and a lot. So that means that, right, you must understand in terms of relevance and equivalent, it's not the same, right? It's not the same. So Desmond say you go down to 29,000. Wow. Does he have Microsoft shares? I don't know, no, Kelza. I'm not too sure. Let me just find for you. I don't think he have. Let me just check for you. I don't think, because I think he ever said before he don't want to own his good friend shares. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, Berkshire has Microsoft shares. Okay, here we go. Gates served in the Berkshire board while Buffett sat on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Buffett doesn't own any shares in Microsoft, okay, and said that in the past that was in order to quell fear that he was participating in any insider trading. Totally makes sense. All right, so the answer is not really. Okay, all right. All right, so what companies under Berkshire? You can actually read this yourself over there. Yeah, just go Google very fast. Google is really powerful, really incredible. All right. Cheaper than guru.com. Okay. Thank you, Liu, for sharing this. Okay. All right. Okay, let me just put up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we can see that these are the shares that he owns. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'll keep this instead. Thanks. All right, so that is it. All right, so when Berkshire share come down so much, right, actually speaks volume here. Because Berkshire Hathaway, the share price came down on Friday, but their earnings came on Saturday. It's a bit different, yeah. Okay. Or Friday night. Oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Now the thing is this: what I like about Berkshire Hathaway, right, is the two gentlemen, and they are very, 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 very real. They even say themselves, they also missed 2020 March low. They really agree they were not comfortable with the valuation back then because the stock price was still very high. So the question I want to ask is this: if let's say 2020 March itself, they missed the time to buy because the valuation wasn't there. Now the market is even higher than it is itself, right? What made them buy? So you notice that Warren Buffett did not buy new stock. They only buy those companies that's more upside room to cover. That's why I feel that buying Chevron and this OXY still is better than you buy other company. So you can see that the both of them itself, right, all silver hair. and they're all still, being very honest here, and they say that they also miss it. They couldn't time the market, and no one can really time. Very real. So what is happening right now is that you can see now that Nasdaq is on the pace of the worst month since 2008. This is for myself, yeah. So you can see now, right, we are now worse than it is. Only back to 2008 where we are worse than that. Now, one thing to take note, everybody, please stay with me. If you notice this, when it hit the 10% mark for the month, right, almost incidentally, right, the market the next month will have a very strong rally, about 10%. So my view is this: if any time the market really go down a little bit more, the next month will be a good time to buy. So to me, the likely chance, right, this May, if the market sells down by another 10% or more, it will be a very good time to buy, to expect a rebound of 10% minimally. So that's the reason why I felt that, right, from the statistics tells me that, right, the lower it goes, the better it is, then you can buy it cheap. So when the capitulation comes in, or when the despair comes in, right, that will be a good time to buy. So take note of that. It's very important about this. Now, this is the first time, this is the fourth month since 1973, whereby the S&P 500 returns are down more than 5%, and the Treasury bond 2%. Now, this is actually a very bad sign. Now, normally, if the S&P is down, the Treasury will be up. But this time around, the thing is, it's actually going the opposite direction. So with that means that, right, if you look carefully now, the last time when this happened was in the Lehman Brothers time. And then after that, the next one was back in 1984 when the market crashed. And in 1979, another sell-off. So which means that now, right, if you look at the history, 1978, 1983. So let's just bring back to history again, a quick one, yeah? Okay, let's try and take a look at this one here, a quick one. US stock market crashes. The history, timeline. Okay, where is it? There we go. Okay, so what we have right now is this here. We don't have that part that signifies the 1979. Where is it? 1979, that one didn't really come up. Okay, the bigger one is 1962, the Kennedy slide, and then they jumped to 1987 already. So don't really have it. Okay, never mind, it's okay. Anyway, this is not a good time to buy into the market, so go slow, wait for a while. That will be good, yeah? Yeah, the link is shared already here. Just click on it under Liu down there, yeah? Check on the comment box. All right, last but not least, here you can see that the global stock market is down by $25 trillion. Oh my God, since the peak of 2021. So ever since the highest point until to date, the entire market, world market, right, have lost $25 trillion worth. That means that all the money that was used to blow up the market itself, right, is now taken away, and it's still got room to go. So this actually speaks volume that the whole world itself is got hit by the COVID, and now potentially the current supply chain issue. So I'm pretty confident to say that, right, likely we may see some selling this week itself, all right? So be very careful on this, everybody. Just be careful, and hopefully you guys can, make good money out of that. And of course, now the 50 basis point is almost confirmed. The only question is this: will June be a 75 basis point? Now, apparently now more and more fund traders are looking at it as a chance of 40%. There's a 40% chance that it's going to be a 75 basis point for the June FOMC meeting. And if the market really believes there's going to be a 75 basis point, this will spook the market, because I told you, right, in the history, there are only two occasions whereby this happened: in 1994, done by Alan Greenspan, and 1984, done by this Paul Volcker. And both of them, when they did it, inflation was at a very high level. They did it, and the stock market at the time itself really sell off a bit. So will history repeat after so many years? Well, I think it will happen, and I believe that he wants to do it. Jerome Powell has to do it so that, right, it will give them a lot of room to recover the market towards the second half of the year before the midterm election. All right, this is how I see it. And of course, who they blame? They'll blame Putin and everybody. Okay, all right, so let's look at the charts today. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grr, and the flamingo is different this time. Let's go. Okay, all right, now today the China market is open and the Chinese market is down now and it's going back below my MLP level. This is not a good sign once again. So the thing is this number is 13,243. I've been there for the longest time. As long as the market stays below it, it's all right. I do expect the market to go lower. Okay, so there's something to take note of at the moment right now. Now, on top of that, now let's look at the US market. Now, this US market today, we have some erratic movement this morning. Okay, let's go. Now, the US Dow Jones this morning has shown us a little bit of movement here. Now, you have a new BMB now at 32,243. So by right, this is the day number 1. Now, today is day number 2. Then theoretically, we have day number 3 and day number 4. So I'm not too sure how long will it take for the price to come down to 32,243, but let's say it may take 3 days to 4 days, then likely they just had to wait. Now, there's a very important technical point here at 32,990. It seems that right every time the market hit this point, the market will rebound. This is a very strong KCB from this guy here. So this strong KCB tell you, right, unless the Dow Jones loses 39,990, if not itself, right, it's kind of difficult for the Dow to go down. On the flip side itself, right, today is between the two pivot. KSI is red, but it's uptick red, so that means there'll be some selling pressure. So let's see when you go to KTR 1, 2, 3 and see whether what happened. Now, moving average is definitely all against it. MLP is against it. So the downside pressure is higher than the upside pressure. But if everybody is selling, right, usually the market will pay pound first by pushing the price up. Then maybe in the second half, they bring it down. So traders, watch out for that. Now, if you want me to give you a technical point to watch out for today, all right, watch out for this. We have a few technical points right now. We have the KTR +1, +2, +3, and the MLP. So these are the figures that I'm going to show to you live right now for people to take advantage of this. So the first target here, it will be somewhere here, which is about 33,236. Okay. Now we have a star at the moment. So we'll put a star. We have a 2 technical line there. We will see that how it goes. So see whether it's going to be resisted or whether it be a breakout. Okay. But anyway, at the moment now, seems like trying to test it. So 33,236 will be a target that I'm watching out. If the market really hits here and then come down, this will be a lovely time to sell. Okay. All right. So wait for a while for it to manifest. Okay. Then after that, Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq also have a new BMB. A new BMB shows that it could go down to as low as 12,027. The moving average is all against it, MLP also. So this is going to be interesting. Now, the pivot 1 and pivot 2 is very tight today. So if the market breaks pivot 2, that will be selling. Okay, pivot 2 itself is here at 12,636. Okay, KSI is red in color and it's uptick 2 at the same time. S&P 500, also a new BMB today. So what we have now is the downside is 39.76. Very strong KCB at 41.12. So this one must break first, then we can have anything to talk. Moving averages are all against it, including MLP. All right, so again, not a very clear sign for buying. Hang Seng close for holiday. Nikkei. Nikkei is fidgeting a little bit this morning. I think, wait a minute. Nikkei open, yeah. Okay, this morning is all right. It went down initially because KSI is still green and it's uptick, right? So the market actually goes down and rebounded. So what are the technical points? Usually we know that it will be the KTR -1, -2, -3 as a form of prediction, forecast. So you can see that the market really came down to KTR -2, CCRY immediately shoot up. Brilliant, right? Came back down again hit the KTR -2, CCRY, brilliant again. So now you understand why KSI is so important. Once the KSI is green, you know what to do. Once it's red, you know what to do. And of course, how to make it better, you just have to really ask yourself where the better plan to look at it. So for today now, at least for now, the KSI is still green, so the upside is still there. That's the reason why, even though the market is trading below the pivot 2, but the market is still buying. Because why? Technically, it's a good buy based on the rule earlier I showed you. Okay. Now DAX today likely will trade lower. I think DAX today will come down to this point here, and that will be 13,600 series. It closed at 899, so a 300-point sell down might be really possible for DAX around here. Now, crude oil, in my opinion, itself, right, it's going to be a big one here. We can see that crude oil is basically just consolidating for the bigger movement, right? You can see that this is the consolidation that this guy is doing right now. So it's going to be a matter of time. We're going to see a big movement coming soon. So I don't know whether this side here or this side here, it doesn't matter, but it's definitely one of them. So to me, crude oil now, the KSI having red, green in color, so that means that any pullback will be a buy. So today, if you show a lower high formation, the KSI is green. Any day now, when you break up right, will be the signal to buy. Okay, so watch out for this. My target is still the same. I believe that crude oil can go to 109. All right, my downside itself, right, it's going to be any price getting thin fit. Yeah. All right, gold. Now, gold, in my opinion, I told you guys, I expect the gold price to trade lower. I repeat, I expect gold price to trade lower. Now, do not, today is a DJDD. Today is a DJDD, means below OP, sell, above OP, buy. And some more today, below OP, we have the power of pivot 2. So that's why I believe that today, gold can come down more, and my target is 1869. I believe that today gold will hit 1869. Now, by saying that itself, basically I'm saying that the gold price will come down by another $16. Well, based on what I'm seeing now, it is actually possible. The moving average is 1864 at MA 200. That might be the base, because at 1853 is actually the base for the somewhere around there is for the KCB. Now, of course, you may question, is like, Kel, I thought that if the stock market fell, the gold price will be going up. Yes and no. Yes, as in if the market decide to buy gold to curb. But the thing is this, at the moment now, right, you can see the bond treasury are also it's going down, stop going down. It seems that liquefying to protection basis make more sense. So if you want to look at it itself, right, I strongly believe that, right, gold may come down because the stock market might be coming down at the same time. But only when it hit a certain good level whereby people think that gold can have the potential to go up for protection on hedging reason, then it may be doing that. So even though the KCX now is turning green, blue bars are everywhere, but the KSI is still red. So maybe a lower price will be a good one. And of course, undeniable, the US dollar plays a very big part in my assessment here. You can see right now the US dollar is trading at 103 and still moving up. So that means that, right, it's a very high chance the US dollar may really continue to go much, much higher. So that's the reason why if the US dollar going up, right, it's very difficult to expect the crude oil price, the gold to be going up. It's tough because fundamentally the gold price and the US dollar, they move in inverse direction. Okay, not every time, but most of the time. So to me, is that I expect this to happen. So you guys make your own call on this. Okay, you see whether does it make sense for you on that, yeah? Okay, so 1869 will be the target that I'm looking for on crude oil, on gold, sorry. Keep on getting crude oil. All right, okay, so that is gold and silver. Now, silver has a new BMB, and if the gold price do plunge in that manner, there is a possibility to actually see this happening, whereby the silver price goes below $22.35. There is a small potential to see $21.79 because that is the BMB extension minus 1 times 1. Now, if that happened, that will go back to where it started back then, right, in February. So, which means that it might be a double bottom for it to go up again. So watch out for this, in my opinion, that silver can be a buy at $21.79. Okay. Someone just asked me on the site about gold trend. Now look at the gold trend. You can see that, right? Gold trend has been, showing this potential moving up very nicely. So that's why I believe that for gold price, it has to come down to here somewhere there for it to move again. And this area here, if you look at it, is somewhere between 1855 to 1860 area. So if 1869 will be a pretty decent level that I think that the gold price may come down. So this is the one that look on the chart form. Now you can notice that whenever I go down to the technical point, you concentrate on one coloration, is CCRY. Okay, only concentrate on this one. I think that will be good enough already. Okay, CCRY. Concentrate on CCRY will be good enough. Okay, guys. So take note of that. Yeah. So 1869 is my target. Anything lower than that, 1855 to 1860. And when it comes there itself on a day chart, look out for potential this what you call potential CCRY and try to make the best of it. Yeah. Okay. So you like it itself, give me a like, love button. Come on. Text, show me the care, love, tender, like, okay, for this. Yeah. Okay, that'll be the best. Okay. Thank you, Kai, and see that you're always very nice, showing me a lot, helping me and posting a lot of things. Okay, all right, so that is what we have for silver and gold, and the last two will be Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now you can see that, right, that now why when I transfer the chart itself, my Bitcoin KSI is missing, because I say the data itself, they go a loop to come back in. So only when you do a you do a, you toggle a time frame, then you can see this. Now, Ethereum seemingly is forming a base today and it's above pivot 1, right? Above pivot 1 is a buy. So that's why today, with the KCX turning green right now, Ethereum can go to 2961. Ethereum can go to 2961. Okay, watch out for this Ethereum. Yeah, looks good. Bitcoin, well, also supported by the pivot 1 right now. So Bitcoin has the potential to hit 39,860 meantime. Okay, likely it will go there. All right, KCX already turned green about last week, so we should see a base soon. Now, do note today the Bitcoin is a DJDD. DJDD means above OP will be a buy. All right, above OP will be a buy. Ethereum, I don't think so, right? Ethereum is not. Ethereum is not a doji. It looks like a doji, but it's not. Yeah. So that's why Bitcoin, it is a doji. Okay, guys, that will be all for today. As thank you once again, Kai, for the love MAO. So, guys, if you really love MAO, you like what I shared today, can you just do me a favor now? I will stay for one more minute. If you like what I shared today, and today's a public holiday, but I still take the effort to do this MAO for you, rushing back between the beaches, right? Just to come back to do it for you. Put the word love MAO, can, or like MAO if you think that you can only give like itself. Thank you very much. I would like you to have that comment, so that I can use it for my marketing, and that shows that, right, my effort is not wasted. I can show to my wife that I did a pretty decent job today. All right, guys, so if you love MAO or like MAO, please key it right now, right here now, and let me have it. Yeah, okay, thank you very much once again. I really appreciate that you enjoyed this session today. And do not take note once again, today we have a lot of things ongoing right now for the market. This week itself, with the NFP, ADP, FOMC meeting, all these things ongoing right now. You really don't want to miss anything in the market. Yeah. Okay. Thank you once again, guys. Thank you very much. I will stay here for next 30 seconds to welcome all. Because if I leave now, I will not get to see your lovely, lovely messages. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for you guys to give me your best remark for today's MAO. I hope that you guys are gonna benefit from this. This is Cal signing off in about 15-second time. Once again, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much. Now, will there be MAO tomorrow itself? Likely not, okay? Likely not, yeah? Because I want to have my little break. I'm kind of tired though. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Take care. And please be careful. Don't drink if you party today, okay? Don't drink. If you want to party and drink today, then make sure you drive. Okay, guys? Bye-bye. Thank you. Appreciate that. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, bye-bye. Oops, having a bit of technical problem. Cannot exit. Okay, too vibrant. Cannot exit today. So fun. Okay, bye bye.